welcome everyone. You are listening to, perhaps watching, calling the Audible, the official Division 3 podcast for Flag Plus Football's Division 3. I am your host, Pease right? That's as descriptive as you get. I am Pease Del Reese, your host. I am joined by Simon Dagenet. You can follow him at Dagenet FPF.
I'm a company man.
He's a company man. You can follow GM Colethris, our producer, at GM Cole44. He is not a company man. And of course, if you want to tweet the show live, you can tweet the guy who's currently giving me the finger for no apparent reason, Eagle at Master Control. He can be followed.
You could also tweet our producer who has a mic.
Yeah, that's true. Tweet anybody, but you can tweet Eagle.
Don't tweet me. I don't look at my phone.
You can tweet Eagle at Eagle FPF. Of course, we are at the Sporteria Cage right now. Somewhere hidden in the annals of Sporteria Cage, I assure you, is the Declaration of Independence. If I were more like Nick Cage, I would find it. Find your identity with new jerseys from Sporteria, the official suppliers of FPF uniforms.
This needs to become their slogan because it's awesome.
It is, right? It is. So, guys, as we start the show, I want to ask you this. If you were Katie Holmes and you had the opportunity in your career to have on-screen kisses with both Joshua Jackson and James Vanderbeek of Dawson's Creek, who would you choose and why?
Katie Holmes, because I'm not gay.
No. Doesn't matter if you're gay or not. Who are you kissing on screen?
Jack.
Joshua Jackson?
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Jim?
Pacey, Joshua Jackson, because he scores the winning goal in the Mighty Ducks.
That's fair. I was going to go with Joshua Jackson, but he's the guy I wanted to pick to play Pease after he gains a bunch of weight later in his career in my biopic. So I'm going to go with James Vanderbeek because I totally want to make out with the Dawson.
Charlie Conway all the way.
That's fair.
That's fair. Gay, but fair.
BD Bandits took on West Park Boys. They win the game 35-31.
I like that segue.
Do West Park Boys listen to the podcast? Because Leon Holder is now the quarterback in his first start. He threw for 200 yards. He had 5 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. So what do you think? Do you think
there's two possibilities. He did post on Facebook saying he was looking for another team. But let's give ourselves some credit.
I deny your truth.
let's give ourselves some credits. Yes, he did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wesley Joseph and Leon Holder, along with myself, are former teammates. They've played together. They know who each other are.
I don't see this is relevant. I suggested that he should play quarterback.
We talked about it. Next thing you know, they're on their team.
We're basically the GMs of West Park Boys.
But when you talk about something that's like a possible eventuality, odds are it will happen. It's like me saying, hey, Snatchers are going to lose their next 5 games.
We'll talk about Snatchers and how they've done so far when we go through our midseason reports in the second segment of this podcast.
Thanks for having my back.
No problem. Are you surprised, though, given West Park's offensive production, that Amit Paul was not a bigger factor?
Sort of. I expect him to be part of the game on offense and defense every week, but then again, the roster's good enough for him not to be so much of a factor. We played them 2 weeks ago. He's the big name on the team, obviously, but they have good athletes. They have good guys on the team all around. All they needed was a quarterback. They found one. I think West Park Boys could bounce back from this.
With Holder, Paul, Wesley Joseph, Samir Dahab, can they turn their season around despite having to face Wolfpack, Dirty Dogs, Mercenaries, who just an OTF? So tough end of the schedule, but do you think that Leon Holder will be enough?
Depends what you mean by turning around.
Just a positive note. We don't know if we'll make the playoffs.
If you mean by getting wins, yes. If you mean by getting turning the season around, making the playoffs,
they have a winning record
chance.
in the second half?
In the second half, I think they're going to go 2-3. They're going to finish 2-8.
Okay.
Which sounds rough, but they're 0-5 right now.
Yeah, given the start, it's not
If they
terrible.
win 2 of the next 5, I believe that could happen for them. Yeah.
BD Bandits get a win despite Mark Belvedere throwing 3 picks. How does that happen?
Amazing defense. BD Bandits have always been known for the amazing defense. That's what it is. They protect the back door.
They do very well. They don't let it get intercepted. BD Bandits have beaten West Park and FOE and the struggling Lassos and Buddies as well. And they lost to Sea Assassins. So they beat one contender in FOE and then they lost to Sea Assassins. Is this where they lie in D3? Are they sort of like the pretendiest team in Division 3 at the moment? Like, is this the girl pretending to be Cinderella at the ball and just
okay? Because I remember reading
it doesn't
script,
turn into,
and I wasn't sure where you were going to the Cinderella thing, but now that you mention it, yes.
Yeah, so like it doesn't actually turn into a pumpkin, and she just goes into a town car, right?
Because I thought a note meant me find something Cinderella about the thing, and I had no clue.
No, notes are for me.
So yes,
Why
but for real, yeah, I think so. The way it is, like it looks really good. Whatever, people are cheering for them, but I just don't see it.
Buddies beat the Jumpmans 34-25. This is the Buddies' first win. Gabriel Paré had 2 interceptions. Is this the latest talent in the seemingly endless pool of athletes Les Buddies seem to recruit from?
Yes. He's good. Yeah, I saw him play. He's really good. Every season, they buddies come up with somebody new who makes plays for them.
It is like sometimes it's a known player, let's say from CIS,
I think it's just
but this
because
is just a guy coming in.
They play a
no
lot
one
of
knows.
sports, right? And I think it's just a guy that say he plays baseball with them, he plays another sport, and he's a good guy. Shows up, and that's the thing about FPF is you don't need to be like a football stud to be good. If you're fast and you got good hands, you can make plays.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it is. He's just like a good athlete and make plays.
Is it the turning point for Bades?
No, I just don't see it happening this season. I just don't.
Yeah, I honestly don't think so either. I think it's more a case of Jumpman's losing this game rather than Buddy's winning it. They seem to, of their 3 losses, like their 3 back-to-back, Exist, 2.5 Dans, Buddies, they're all teams with strong defenses.
So GM, since you're on this topic, can you sum up Jumpman's problems in one word and then explain it, rendering this whole exercise pointless?
Lack of experience.
not one
They're
That's not one word.
Lack.
inexperienced.
There we go.
There you go.
Inexperienced and what? And so yeah. So obviously you don't think that, you think that that's what's holding.
I don't know. I could only give you one word.
No,
I-
but
I
but
can't
then
answer
want
that
you-
question. I can
but
only
then
give
I
you
want
one
you to
word.
explain it, thus
can
rendering
explain for him.
the exercise pointless.
Okay. So I think that right now, Jumpman's, formerly Shmoney, fantastic team, great amount of talent. I just don't think that they've seen enough FPF and have trouble adjusting when things don't go their way.
I disagree with Jim. I think it's because they're one-dimensional. That's one word.
What's
if we
the
use them.
dimension?
They all they have is the long bombs. If you take away the 40-yard bombs from them, they can't grind the field.
Okay. Which
And
is,
when defense start playing cover 3 against them, they struggle. They score 25 points and lose.
that's fair. We've seen a lot of interceptions by this squad. So is this like the one of the reasons that they're a middle of the pack team? Is it a great defense, or is it just individuals sacrificing the team for the benefit of padding stats?
No,
Like are
no.
they
They're-
leaving guys open, jumping routes and whatever? And so sometimes it pays off and sometimes it doesn't.
They're good. It's just on offense, there's a lot of turnovers.
So specifically on offense, the issue.
I don't think it's the issue is on offense. They turn over the ball too much. It's not necessarily picks. Sometimes it's 4 and out. They just can't grind the field. And if it comes down to like 4th and 5, they're not going to get it. And that's what's hurting them right now.
That's fair. Fun Boys beat Meta Mayhem 37-34. In Phil Cutler's absence, Scott Moranowitz had to snap. They had a safety to start the second half. Why were Meta Mayhem not able to truly take advantage of this, especially given the poor play of the Fun Boys defense in this game?
Because Fun Boys are awesome. They're playing
I'm
really
not asking about Fun Boys. I'm asking
yeah, but
specifically-
they're saying why can't Man Man take more opportunity? Because Fun Boys has a very good defense, and it's something
But
tough
they
to
weren't
play
playing
against.
well. The defense was not playing well in this game. There was guys open. Hollowak was breaking contain. making plays
Everybody
on the
has
run.
bad weeks.
But you're not answering my question. You're saying something else. I'm saying the defense was bad. Why were Meta Mayhem not able to take advantage?
'Cause they had a
Especially that
bad
they
week.
had an extra possession.
Because they had a bad week. They put up 34 points.
Mhm.
In my opinion, if a quarterback puts up more than 30 points, you should win.
You have a chance to win, absolutely.
So they had a chance to win. It came down. They allowed 37 points in return. That's too much.
That's fair.
Manamam's defense needs to step up. It's not on Ottawak's shoulder. This is on the. He always puts it on his shoulder, and we all know Ottawak. He's a really good guy, and he's going to tell you I should have put up 40. But in my opinion, his defense needs to step up.
Terry says it's because he wasn't there.
I would imagine Terry Tam, of course, playing.
Yeah, like Terry
for
Town would have made a
Manhattan.
difference on defense.
Hey, Terry Tam's an underrated defensive player. After the game, Vince Nardone said Liam is on point. Our D just wasn't there tonight. Liam Mahoney was 13 of 23 and only threw 4 touchdowns. Is Vince just kissing Mahoney's ass?
No, Mahoney has been playing really well this season. If he had one bad night or his receivers were having a bad night, it's not necessarily. I don't think Vince kisses his quarterback's ass.
Well, I'm just saying this game specifically. He was 13 of 23. He's like, oh yeah, he was great. He was amazing.
Yeah, but if they had 8 drops, he would have been like 21 for 23, which is amazing.
That's fair. You also just made up a stat that they may have had 8 drops. Awesome.
Isn't that what we do?
It is. Who is the worst utilized piece on the Men of Mayhem roster?
That new guy, I don't remember his name. They used to play with these nuts.
Malkin.
Yes.
Will Malkin?
Yeah, he doesn't have stats with them.
That's true.
He's a
He's
stud.
got 6 touchdowns, but that kind of is about the average on this team. Like everyone's
Yeah.
got between 4 and 6
I
touchdowns.
think they could use him more.
That's
You want to
fair.
add out something, Jim?
Well,
I like how you guys are talking about only 6 touchdowns on it.
no, but I'm saying I understand. I'm saying, but I'm saying like
Yeah, but 6 touchdowns in 5 weeks, it's 1 a week.
given
You're not a
Simo's-
standout.
Yeah,
player
he's
with
not the
one touchdown a
standout on
week.
this team, despite his cred essentially.
Yeah.
we're going to take a look at the teams one by one when
Yeah.
we come back from break, and we're going to give a mid-season report. James Floriani did it. I think we're smarter than he is, so we're going to do a better job.
We're prettier.
We're definitely prettier, except for the hair. He has beautiful hair.
Yeah.
When we come back from break, we will take a look at each of the teams and assign a letter grade. And that's all I'm going to say for now. No transition. Break. And we're back. As promised, we're going to take a look at each of the teams. Due to lack of creativity, I will go from top to bottom as presented on the website. On top is Brotherhood right now. They are in Conference A East. They're currently 4-1. Simon, what is your mid-season report?
All right, so Brotherhood, they get an A. Yes, we expect.
Well,
them
let me just chime in for a
yeah,
sec
go
just
ahead.
to explain the grading system. A lot of people give A if they've done well, B if they've done pretty good, C if
That's
the
not what we're
500.
doing.
That's not what we're doing, because essentially that's the same thing as looking at the record. What we've done instead is C is if you've given us exactly what we wanted, B means you've given us a little bit more, A means you've been a revelation, and anything under that, of course, you've been underperforming.
You're a disappointment.
D is for disappointment.
C
F
means
is for
you
forget
you
about
did
your
exactly
season.
what. If we expected you to go 5-0 and you're 5-0, you get a C
Yeah.
because you did exactly what we expected you guys to do.
So Brotherhood gets an A because
Brotherhood gets an A because Tio has been a standout quarterback. He's been playing really well. I believe the way he's been playing, like I expected our defense to be this good, but he's been showing that he belongs in Div 3 as a top quarterback, and this team is much better than I expected him to be.
Killer Instinct.
Also an A.
I agree
for
with this one.
very similar reasons. I didn't expect much from Nathan Taylor, and he hasn't thrown a pick. And so far, he's been great.
BD Bandits.
B plus. They've been playing well, but they could be doing better. They did. I wasn't expecting BD Bandits to be like. I was expecting them to be 2 and 3 at this point. They're not, so they get
So a bit
better
better
than
than
C,
expectations.
but they could do better.
They're a team that performs like this. They kind of stay just above the radar. They do really well, and then come playoff time, they run out of gas at that really, really important game. They play lights out football up until then, so I think it's still a little too early to tell.
They kind of usually have like a late season loss, like between week 8 to 10, and then like we see that exact game in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's the script of BD Bandits. Triple Sixers.
C minus.
Agreed.
They lost to contenders, but they won the games they should have won. So C minus.
Sea Assassins.
C plus. In Peace's word, aggressively mediocre.
Yeah, essentially they're not doing anything to stand out specifically. And guys, that's a Division 5 defense. I'm calling you out. Absolutely, you guys know you need to get better on defense. Labor Days.
D. I'm very disappointed in what they show up. The same team as the
Even
one.
though they came in with Simon Valet, quarterback, who
I
is
do
very
not.
good, but is a downgrade from Fred Dupuis.
I do not
obviously.
care. They
Okay.
picked him to be their quarterback. It's not like you ended up with nobody
Yeah,
at
but
week one and you
That's-
picked a
that's-
guy from
that's
your
like
own
saying I
squad.
picked a guy in the later round. Like
But-
we still know that there's
Yeah,
a
you
discrepancy.
went
from
into
the
this,
other.
so they're kind of performing as expected.
No,
Yeah.
Like we saw.
no,
them
it's
doing
the
this
same
poorly.
team. I would expect their defense to be much better than this.
Yeah, but defense doesn't score points.
Yes, but they're allowing like 40 points a week. You need to.
Yeah, but a lot of it has to do with field position and turnovers and so on. Anyway, we digress.
I'm disappointed in the Badays.
Fair. La Sauce.
E.
E.
It's
E for
it's
exceptional?
the worst. My notes said LOL.
Okay.
It's
been a bit of a
Listen,
disaster
it's-
with
it's not-
Raymond missing the first 3 games.
It's not your fault for
So-
Raymond getting injured. It's not. There's nothing you can do against it. It's just you showed up to your Week 5 game with 5 guys, a backup quarterback. Your 6 wasn't around. You picked up a guy from the sideline just to get a body to play your game. Come on.
Yeah. It's not going well. FOE.
B plus. I'm really impressed with FOE. They could do a little better, but they're really impressive. B plus.
I'm
I
gonna say-
disagree. I'd even give them an A.
I would give him an A
minus.
as well.
Yeah.
I did not expect Kevin Lubin to succeed as well as he has in Division 3. Last time we saw him play in Division 3, struggled somewhat. He's been lights up. I give them all the credit in the world. Laval's finest.
A. I really like what they're doing. They're showing us that they can be contenders with a roster that was not performing that well in Division C last season. They're playing lights out.
OTF.
Also an A. I wasn't expecting much from OTF, to be honest. I wasn't expecting them to be above the pack, and they're 3-2, and they've been playing well, and they've kept every game close, even the ones they've lost. That's an A.
Predators.
D. Predators should be top dogs. They should be one of the best teams in the division, top 3 teams in the division, and they are not.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the injury to James Soriani doesn't help.
Yeah, but
Um,
all in all, if we look at the overall the team, they should be doing better than this.
you know what? I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say B. I didn't like the roster at all.
So they're doing better than what you expected them to be.
Yeah,
So you would.
I expected them to
So
be
at
a sub
2 and
500 team
Yeah.
at the
Okay.
at this point in the
Fair.
season. So I mean, to me, it's a testament to these guys and having spent some time together, worked together through seasons. Meta Mayhem.
You skip Mongoose.
Skip Mongoose.
Oh, Mongoose.
Mongoose C plus. Every season they're always in the middle. They end up like just edging out, finishing like 6-4. It's pretty much what happened, except they're exactly there. They're just playing well. There's not much to
Mongoose
say.
is, of course, the team that led the Eagle MS in Control to eat a whole box of donuts this evening. So he's particularly bitter. What do you give them? F minus? Am I looking at F minus? So Nuggets.
I'm French. There's no F's. It's finished with E.
Okay.
So technically F doesn't exist.
So like everyone gets an award for participation. It's very cute.
No,
so.
E is échec in French. F doesn't exist. F is for failure. There's no
F
E in
is
English.
for
Go on,
F-check.
please.
Nuggets.
D. No, you skip one. You can skip Minamayam. You're horrible.
Oh,
with
Meta
this.
Mayhem.
I give
I'm bad at
Minamayam.
reading.
I give Minamayam a D because they're 1-4, and I expect them to be winning football games. They've been losing close ones, but they're still losing.
Would you prefer me to announce them from here on out so you can focus on whatever it is you're doing?
He's not doing anything.
Not doing anything.
That's fine.
But yes, absolutely. Go ahead, GM.
Next up is Nuggets at 0-5.
Nuggets, I give them a D minus. They're 0-5. Listen, I can't give you a A here. You guys are not winning games, and you're not even keeping it close.
But then, did you expect?
Yes,
them
I
to
was
win
expecting to win at least 1 or 2 by mid-season point.
Okay,
I
so
wasn't
that's not
expecting them to
me,
go.
that's-
So then
So
why are you
a difference
apologizing?
of one game. To me, I'm sorry. That's
It's
exactly on par. It's exactly what we expected.
No,
them
because
to be.
they're not even
Yes.
keeping the game close.
Yeah, but I didn't expect them to. I
Okay,
expected them to
okay.
struggle.
So
Well,
then
I
why
didn't-
are you apologizing for that rating?
Well, I'm not apologizing. I'm
Yeah, you
just
did. You
saying
said I'm sorry.
there's no way I could see an A. I'm just saying it's
Wolfpack at 4-1.
B plus. I expected Wolfpack to be one of the top dogs, and they've been scoring 50 burgers on everybody. I really like this team.
I'm saying C minus because although their defense has never been good or never been the star attraction, I expected them to move down a division and be better on defense.
Fair point. I think also the addition of Francis Lapointe has really helped that class
Yeah.
as well. Huge two-way talent on
Good
that
call.
team. Dark Moose returns 3-2.
I give them an E because Dartmouth should be 5-0.
I am not talking about this as
They're underperforming.
Yep, the most. Am I?
Yep.
And I hate, as I always say, I hate talking about my own team, but I feel as though
No,
we're the
3-2 is good. It's
we're the
just
most underperforming team.
you
in the
guys
division.
should be 5-0.
Yes.
You lost games you shouldn't have lost.
Yes.
So yeah, you get an E.
Agreed.
Game Changers at 3-2.
C minus because they've been playing exactly as we predicted. They have not upsetted anybody.
I like that the minuses and pluses are basically irrelevant, but sure.
It's how we feel at that
It's
given
if you
time.
like the team or not.
Yeah.
No, it's just
Now Sakis knows you hate him.
I don't mind.
You totally hate him.
It's just they lost the games we expected them to lose. They won the games we expected them to win.
Okay, with that in mind, would you consider this the strongest or the weakest Game Changers roster?
To me, this is the weakest I've seen in a while.
I want to hear Simon say it.
Sakis is much better than
You're right, no, that's not what I asked you.
roster wise.
Roster-wise, do you think this is a stronger or a weaker version of the Game
No
Changers
Terrence
that we've seen?
Thompson, no Paul Santash,
No Justin Filton.
no Justin
Okay,
Filton.
but they have more experience now than they used to play.
Irrelevant.
Okay, game
Experience
changers.
doesn't make you more talented.
Game
okay.
changers now would face game changers then. Game changers now will win.
Answer the goddamn question.
Okay, it's a weaker roster, but
Thank
they're playing
you.
better.
Thank you. Ergo, that's a B or an A
There we
right
go.
there.
B plus,
I
game
disagree.
changer.
We move on.
disagree
Jumpman's
'cause
at
you're
2
dumb.
and
C plus was your grade. You graded him for me.
B plus.
That was your grade.
B plus.
Jumpman's at 2 and 3. We kind of touched on this.
Jumpman, I give him a B minus because from the roster, from the paper, I was expecting him to be 0 and 5.
Agreed.
And they've been in the first 2 weeks. They were lights out. They were amazing. I'm on their bandwagon, and I still am. I like them. I like
Agreed.
to
I
watch
have
them
nothing
play.
to add. It's exactly right.
Les Udistes at 1 3 and 1.
I give them a C minus because we never expect much from these guys. They're always slow off the gates, but I still believe they should be at least like 2 and 3, maybe 3 and 2. The tie was a nice way to come back from that game, but you should have put a dagger and finished that game with a win.
I have 2 ratings. C because it's what we always get from them, and F minus because they should never be in the spot.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Dirty Dogs 1 and 4.
B minus. I like the way they've been playing.
I love it because Brett Callender's freaking out because he doesn't.
Brett, yeah,
understand
he
the
hasn't
rating
been
system.
listening to the whole segment up until this point, and he just chimed in
Yeah.
because he heard them.
I say B minus just because they're slightly above expected.
For Brent Callender and everyone else who's just kind of tuning in and catching this at the tail end and hearing these ridiculous ratings, we're rating teams based on their performance compared to how we expected them to do.
So C is exactly as we expected.
If you went 0 and 5 and we predicted you to go 0 and 5, you're getting a C.
I'm gonna agree. I expected Dirty Dogs to struggle, but their offense has performed better than I thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them a B plus. West Park Boys.
Westpark Boys 0 and 5.
C. They're the division of doing exactly what we expected. But I would have given him a D, but since Leon Older is now on the team and they have a chance to be competitive, they earned the C.
I'm going D because they should have won the game with Leon Holder.
Ballbusters 4 0 and 1.
They're the only team I give an A plus to. Why? Because nobody expected
No.
Ballbusters to be 4-0 and 1, the only undefeated team in Division 3
It
at the
actually
moment.
busts my balls that we keep having to talk about them as a top tier team because we didn't expect it. So it makes us look them.
So A plus.
A plus, absolutely.
Because I heard you say no, and I was like, what?
2.5.
I just aggressively agree with you, Simon.
2.5 Dans at 4 and 1.
C plus. I expected 2.5 Dans to win games because it's what they do, regardless of what people say. They
Awesome
win.
analysis. They win games because they win games.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So yeah, C plus.
I'm gonna go ahead and give them a B. I thought there'd be a learning curve in Div 3. The jump from Div 4 to Div 3 is huge, but the weird 2.5 time system works.
Yep.
Fun Boys 4 and 1.
B. They do not earn the A because Fun Boys are the best team in the division, but their offense has been playing better than I expected. I expected their defense to be grinding out teams and to be winning with low scores, and it's not the case. Leon Mahone is a great quarterback.
I'm gonna go C. I would have exactly pictured this scenario. Okay.
Grip and Rip 3 and 2.
I give him a C minus because, in my opinion, Grip and Rip should be winning more football games than they have. The game they played against us, they should have won it, but they played really poorly in the first half, and it cost them too much.
I'm gonna give them a B and a half.
And a half?
Because
How does that work?
because as I've said before, I feel 2.5 Dans and Grip and Rip are the same team. They both have winning records, so I give them essentially the same rating.
But you digress, saying 2.5
B and a
Dans
half.
have a better rating, so
No, but they've both done more than I expected. They're both about the same. B and a half.
go on.
Snatchers 2 2 and 1.
If I had to find 2 words to describe the situation, the 2 words would be overcoming Simo. This team gets a B plus, maybe even an A minus, because I didn't like the.
That
I
paints
thought
a different picture if it was 3 words instead of 2, by the way.
Right?
Yeah,
But
that would have
continue.
been naughty.
Or if you change the order of the first, if the first word were 2 words and you change the order, very different. The thing is with Snatchers, again, I did not expect much of the team. I told Simo I thought our Division 4B team that we played together is stronger than his Division 3 team.
Which is not the case, to be honest. I expected
not
the same
anymore,
from the
actually.
gates, but I really like my Snatchers team. We're playing well. I know it's a stupid thing to say, but chemistry is really been.
If
the
by
key
that
for
you mean
us.
timing and experience playing together, then yes.
Not talking about your teams. Past our prime 1 and 4.
C plus. They started off slow, but they've been playing really well the past 2 weeks, so they earned the C plus. But otherwise, they would have got a D.
B plus, they're sticking around in games. This is a team that could have easily been 4-1.
And the last team to wrap it up, Mercenaries at 0 4 and 1.
D. it's a disappointment. With the guys they have, they should be 2-3, not 0-1.
A minus. They have a tie. Just the inconsistency of the roster doesn't work. By this point, they should be used to. They should know that it doesn't work to do that.
So on your screen, you can see it from top to bottom, the different rankings. As we go throughout the season, we're going to touch upon this a little bit more, maybe at the end as well. But with that in mind, we get to go to picks.
Absolutely.
Why is there
We all look at each other like we're
Yeah,
waiting
we're
for
waiting
them.
for you to go to picks.
So here, give me 1 second as we load it up.
Wasn't that what we were doing by looking at each other? Staring through our eyes.
We're currently buying time.
Yeah, first game to start the docket, Predators OTF.
Predators should not be losing this game. But I could see an upset. I could see OTF winning this, but there's no... If Predators loses this game, they should...
So you've basically covered every possible angle right
Very
there.
safe, Simon.
Yeah, awesome. Sea
You wore two condoms on that one.
Sea Assassins buddies. You know what happens? Those two negate each other out.
I know, it doesn't work. So Simo's pregnant.
What? This is how you tell me?
That's how I told you.
Sea Assassins buddies.
Sea Assassins by 2 scores.
Sea Assassins as well. Although, I'm doing the Simo thing, but if there's a game for Valley to really come out of his shell, it's this
Small
one.
thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have a thing now.
Ballbusters, Dirty Dogs.
Ballbusters. Hands down, Dylan Taylor's going to have his best night of the season. Best game of the season. Nights.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be an upset. I think Dirty Dogs win. They can put up points, and it could go either way.
You forget.
You can always
Turn
tell
it
when
on.
Pease disagrees with you for the sake of disagreeing with you.
This is the one.
Yeah.
You forget the X Factor.
Meta Mayhem FOE.
X Factor. Jesus Christ. Start saying things that make sense. I love it. Simo does no preparation. Just like, I'm going to just say these things because they sound good. I fall in love with the flow of words, the X Factor.
You sound good.
Yeah, I do. I sound great. Sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Meta Mayhem
Mm-hmm.
FOE.
FOE. I'm really impressed by FOE, and you know what? Things are starting to fall off a little bit for Meta Mayhem. I hope for them they get it together, but I think it's going to be FOE.
Past Our Prime, Mercenaries.
I don't get to pick the other game. It's fine.
You don't.
I would go with Pastor Premier. They've been playing well the past 2 weeks, and I think they're just going to keep rolling.
Pastor Prime Mercenaries are a mess. And Gino, you cost me a challenge. I'm wearing a wizard outfit because of you. That's actually why.
Yeah, but
What-
you look good in it.
And
West-
Rocket, all right?
West Park Boys, Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. I'm sorry, West Park Boys. Even with Leon older, Wolfpack is going to put up 45.
West Park Boys will lose this game. Wolfpack will win.
There's a difference between disagreeing and being right for your pride.
Yeah, I know. I want to do it too.
Brotherhood, BD Bandits.
Brotherhood. It's going to be a tough challenge for T.O. as a quarterback because it's a very good defense, but they're just too much to handle.
I think Brotherhood wins, but it's an ugly game. It's going to be like a 19,
Oh, yeah?
18 game, 19, whatever.
Okay.
Triple Sixers, Nuggets.
Triple Sixers because nobody can cover Patron.
I just don't think they're going to be able to, I don't think Nuggets will be able to score, so triple Sixers.
2.5 Dans, Grip and Rip.
That's going to be a heck of a game, and I think Grip and Rip is going to edge the Dans.
It's I don't know. It's a game played in the mirror. I'm going to go ahead and say 2.5 Dans. There's just something about them. It works. It's comfort together, and they have the right pieces.
Comfort together.
Yeah.
Chemistry. Say it.
I'm being more specific.
Say it.
Cool. Dark Moose returns, Jumpman, Simon.
Listen, I love Jumpmans, but if Mooses loses the game, they should disband and give me their players.
I think Moose wins by 50.
Mongoose,
every week, so-
Mongoose, Laval's finest.
Laval's finest, and they're gonna put up a lot of points. And Jordan McLaren's gonna have another stupid night.
This week I said hello to Cedric Knuckle the same time, 3 times back to back to back. The first time I was aware it was Cedric Knuckle. The next 2 times I thought it was Martin Jelena, so I apologize. And with that, I'm picking against you.
Awesome.
Lasso's Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct Lasso still doesn't have a quarterback or guys to show up. That team's a mess. And Killer Instinct's playing well.
Cool.
They should merge with Mercenaries and still lose that game.
Game Changers, Les Exist.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fun.
And yeah,
That's fun.
Les Exist.
I'm gonna go Game Changers, but that's fun. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
I
to
would
beat
want to
that
watch
game.
that one get too. I do side with Simo on this one though. I think Exist.
When is it?
If they're a full roster, it is Monday. Last game at Hebert.
I'll probably be there actually.
Yeah, you will.
I gotta go introduce myself as Flag Jesus to several teams. So.
Awesome.
And to wrap it up, Fun Boys Snatchers.
I'm gonna be real.
Be real.
We're gonna lose by 2
As
scores.
opposed to being fake.
We're gonna lose by 2 scores.
Cool.
Who's this? Snatchers against?
Fun boys.
Way more than 2 scores. They're
No.
gonna make you look like Simone again.
Awesome. So what?
Okay,
No.
with-
Tell
With
me.
that in mind, are we going for 1 or going for 2?
I am actually.
Are you hosting the show? Or you're just sitting in the
I'm
background.
just sitting here today. No, I'm gonna go for 1. And I this time just once again reminding everyone, if you haven't checked out Table of Terror yet, do check it out. We've posted it. It happens live every week, sometime between 8 and 8:30, depending how late we're running. This week we ran really late, so we apologize for that. But if you haven't checked it out, it's been a lot of fun. We're choosing teams at random because
Look what
essentially,
happens.
yeah, you get to see me wearing a wizard suit. Eagle had to eat a whole bunch of donuts. You had to do a short your hands tied together once.
Brent
Yes.
ate donut. Brent couldn't finish his donuts.
And Mokan had to eat 15 hot dogs during the course of a show. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in for that. Simone, any final thoughts?
I think Jem runs the show more than you do.
Pretty much. I'm just a pretty face. GM,
This is my sign off.
I just want to thank everyone. Thank you, Eagle, for all the work you've done. Thank you, GM, for all the production work you've done. Simon, thank you for trying to prepare and failing miserably and just falling back on old football accents. Yeah, I can tell. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. And I want to thank the teams for getting out there, having a great time. I don't want to thank Mercenaries. Mercenaries, you let me down. But that said, most of all, I want to thank you all for letting me be myself.